Earn Your Way to the Summer Olympics. This is an 8th grade math review project. It also incorporates some language arts, geography, computer skills, and a little bit of research as well as the math. And it should take about 2 weeks depending on your students. This is the student slide deck, so this is what they're going to see. There's also a slide deck for the teacher with all of the completed slides and some instructions. So you want to start by going over slides 2 and 3 with the students and explaining how the project works. So they have to overcome 8 different challenges as they travel around the world to 8 different cities, and they want to earn a spot on the Olympic team. So they're going to do that by answering math questions that meet the 8th grade standards. They're going to learn about different cultures around the world, and they're going to keep a journal of their experiences, keep track of their progress on a map, maintain a travel itinerary, and import photos of the different cities that they visit. So you want to instruct them that when they finish each slide, they are to click on the soccer ball here in the corner. Now, most of these slides are in order, but there's a few where they go back and forth. So if they click on the soccer ball, they'll know exactly where to go next. So the first math task is a competition in Los Angeles, California, and they want to earn a bus ticket to Los Angeles for their first competition. So to do that, they're going to solve these 2 transformations, and they're going to use the fill color feature of Google Slides in order to show these transformations. So they're going to take this figure, they're going to reflect it across the y-axis, and then translate it down 4 units. So for a total of 10 points, 5 points for each transformation. To do that, they're going to use the fill color feature. So they just click and hold in any of the squares they want to color in. And then they come up here to the fill color. They can choose any color they like. Again, click and hold, scroll across until they show those 2 transformations. Now, you're going to give them a score. If the students make an error, my students, I just gave it back to them and had them correct their errors so that when they got 10 points, then they could move on. So they need to know that only the teacher puts in the points. They don't do that. So when they get 10 points, then they can click on the soccer ball and they can move on. And here it shows they earned their bus ticket to Los Angeles. Now the next thing they're going to do is a little bit of research about Los Angeles. They want to import today's date, so they're just going to type it in, whatever the current date is, and then the sport they're competing in. So if they need to know what the Olympic sports are, they can click on this soccer ball. It takes them to the very last slide where they see all of the different events. So once they've chosen their event, they can just click on this soccer ball and it takes them right back to slide 7. So now they can type in their sport. Then they're going to type in 2 things they'd like to see in Los Angeles and some of the favorite foods that are eaten there. When they're finished, they click on this soccer ball. It's going to take them to their itinerary. So each time they come to this slide, they're just going to fill out one row at a time as they go to each city. So here Los Angeles has already been typed in. They're going to type in the number of miles from their home city to Los Angeles. So they'll have to do a little research to find out what that is. They're going to type in the current date, and the type of transportation in this case is a bus. So the next time they come to this slide, they're going to be filling in Rio de Janeiro, the number of miles from Los Angeles to Rio, the current date at that time, and then the transportation in that case would be an airplane. So only one row at a time. It tells them at the bottom that on the next slide they're going to find their city, place it next to its pink dot on the map. So the next slide is pretty simple. Each time they come to the map, they're going to just place their city next to the pink dot that shows their city. So they might have to do a little research to find out where these cities are located. The first one, Los Angeles, so they just click and hold on the edge of Los Angeles, and they're going to place it next to that pink dot. And that's all they do. So each time they come to this slide, they find their city and move it next to the correct point. Now, to move on, they've got a soccer ball next to their city. So they click on it, then they'll know what slide to go to next. Now they're going to make a little journal entry. So this is the language arts portion. They want to describe their competition in Los Angeles. So they're going to talk about their sport and what might have happened to them at that first Olympic trial. So they are to use complete sentences and lots of detail. Be creative. When they finish, the last thing they're going to do for Los Angeles is they're going to import 3 pictures. So to do that, they're going to come up here to Insert, Image, Search the Web. So Insert, Image, Search the Web. And on the right-hand side, you'll get a little search box, and they're going to type in their city. So the first one is Los Angeles. Hit Enter, and all of these pictures come up. So they want to choose 3 pictures that they can insert into these 3 white squares. Now you want to make sure that they pick a picture that is more of a square shape, because that'll make it a little easier to place into the box. So they just scroll up and down. Once they choose a picture, they're going to click on it and click Insert. Now it's going to come up fairly large, so in order to size it, they're going to click and hold on the edge here, one of these blue squares, move toward the center, and that'll make it smaller. Then to turn it, you've got a little blue circle here, click and hold, and then it'll turn it to fit. So they need to play around with this a little bit to get it to fit exactly. And they're going to import then 2 more pictures. When they're finished, again, click on the soccer ball. Now they're going to go to their second math task. So this competition now is in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and they're going to earn a plane ticket to get to Rio from Los Angeles. So now they have some more math questions. These are equations with variables on both sides. I've also included some printable worksheets, so if you'd rather have worksheets that they can do at their desk, you can do that instead. But if they use the digital version, then they can just type in their answer. They need to use scratch paper in order to solve, and they just type in the answer, and then they're going to turn that into you. Now they don't move ahead until these have been graded. Once you've graded them, if they make errors, you can send it back for corrections, and then when they get their final score, remember again, only the teacher puts in the score, and they can see that. Move that up just a little bit. They can see that now they've earned their plane ticket to Rio. So now they're just going to repeat all of the steps again for the different cities. So they're going to do their little research, type in their answers to the research questions. Then they're going to go back to their itinerary. They're going to fill out the row for Rio. They're going to go to the map. They're going to find Rio on the map, place it next to the pink dot that shows that city. They're going to fill out again a journal entry for what happened to them in their sport in Rio de Janeiro, and then import the 3 pictures. So we'll be down here. So they do the same steps with every city. They're going to be solving with using the Pythagorean theorem. They're going to be drag and drop exponents, solve fractional equations, find the equation for a line, solve algebraic inequalities, and the last one is to solve these distributive property equations. So when they get through the whole slide deck, they'll get a little congratulations at the end. They've made it to the Summer Olympics. Now some of the students are going to finish earlier. So what I do with those students is I give them a little fun project while they're waiting for the other students to finish. So I have them create their own postcards to send home from each city. So they can draw pictures and color them and have a lot of fun with that while they're waiting. So this is Earn Your Way to the Summer Olympics, an 8th grade math review project.